Hi, and welcome to my life in mostly sunny Central Texas. It is the middle of the day before Thanksgiving, and there's stuff in the oven and there's stuff on the stove, and I haven't even made the mayo for the stuffed eggs yet. Doggie, stay where I can see you, but it is doggy time. Now, something that is a bit of a media garbage or display annually in this country is that there's always a presidential pardon of a turkey. And he's not going to be... Hey, Dyson! Excuse me. Okay, I started to explain about the media nonsense that is the presidential pardoning of a turkey every year. It's fun for kids, you know. They want to know that there's always going to be some turkeys and that there's never going to be the extinction of the poultry of the moment, you know, because we've got to have these for Thanksgiving. Well, that's fine, but I'm not going to pardon a turkey. I did, however, pardon a clove of garlic. I was putting some in to roast, and this one was already starting to grow. Little tiny roots on the bottom end of it, little tiny sprouts sticking out the top of it. I'm like, okay, I can handle this. And I grabbed the little dirt pellet thing and hydrated it and stuck that thing in there so the roots have something to reach for. And this is my house, and I pardoned a clove of garlic. You wouldn't think that would happen. We'll generally put garlic in just about anything, or on just about anything, especially now that the teenagers have gotten as big as they have. But I figure if I gotta come out here for doggy time, here, buddy. Yeah. I was getting into this dress, brushing my hair, and he's like, yay, it must be time to sit outside. Yeah. Yeah, you're a sweet boy. You're a sweet, sweet boy. And he's like, front door's this way, Mom. Front door's this way. I gotta go outside. He does actually go outside with other people, too. But some people insist on putting a leash on him and actually walking him around and around the house. And then there's all these wasps. The weather has not yet gotten cold enough to send them back to whichever hell they come from. And now the time I spent brushing my hair has completely been wasted. Now I still have to clean the basket that goes into the Big Easy air fryer by Char-Broil. My daughter was concerned about the level of propane, but we've got the empty propane can got grabbed and filled yesterday. And in fact, this time of year, if you've got empty propane cans, it's time to fill them. Do it before there is horrendous weather, because that's when you want them most. I mean, even a thunderstorm doesn't seem like much, but it can knock out the weather to this neighborhood, really. I mean, the electricity. It has done it. We've had occasions when we were 9 days in the summer heat without electricity. And then you try to report this, and you know, they send somebody to check the situation, And TXU sent somebody out there by the highway where, they report back, there's power at these homes. They didn't come back here at the back of the neighborhood and check the rest of us. What you doing, puppy? There's chickens out. The chickens are safe today. Everybody's eating poultry this week, but they're eating turkey. What you looking at, buddy? He's a sweet little dog, but he sure does take some watching. I'm waiting for the kitchen to have enough free space that I can get the mayonnaise made. No, puppy. Nope. Come on back, buddy. I won't talk much longer. We'll go in and put more stuff in the dishwasher. I've already taken out the trash once today, but it's the day before Thanksgiving, so there will probably be another bag of kitchen trash to go out later. Excuse me while I try to smack wasps. What you doing, buddy? At some point I need to put in a large number of eggs to cook. But depending on how busy the stove is, I can pile them on the rack in the sous vide and cook them in that. Now, if you want to make soft cooked eggs, you figure how many eggs you want. Oh, no wonder he's wondering. There's a rooster and a hen in my yard, picking seeds off the grass. Please don't start anything, Guy. Please. Roosters can be mean. Of course, if I wind up with an extra rooster in the freezer, I'm not going to complain. But from looking at these, people are not just raising them to fight, they're also letting them breed, so that's why there's so many hens. There's now 2 hens and a rooster in my yard, over here at the back of the red truck. And if a Chihuahua is nutty enough to rush them, a rooster might be nutty enough to start a fight. Too bad for Rooster. He's in someone else's yard. He's not in his own yard. And that's my definition of an animal being a nuisance. If he's not where he's supposed to be. And I really got no problem with roosters wandering around just pecking at seeds and bugs and whatever is available this time of year. Because whatever's fresh and available will keep them healthy and supplement the food that they get. If anyone's giving them like layer mix or I don't know if there's a different mixture for if you want them to go broody and set a nest or whatever, but okay. Points for the Chihuahua. 3 chickens went under the length of the truck and came back out by the front tire and walked back out to the road, and he's not chasing. Which is something, because his prey drive is actually pretty good. dogs as small as Chihuahuas have to have that prey driver. They wouldn't make it when they're neglected, abandoned, or just living somewhere without people. It's okay, buddy. That ain't you no more. Nope, hasn't been you for a very long time. Yeah, we found him curled up enjoying the sun in a garden hose when we came back from Christmas shopping one day. And he's inside the circular pile of garden hose, because that kind of kept the breeze off him. And he's been living the good life ever since. Okay, dude, I am out here and I have got to comb my hair again. And there's wasps everywhere. At least they're mostly not enjoying the deck because, like most insects, they don't like smoke. No! Come on! You're going in. Come on. Gotta take him in. But yeah, I'll keep a good eye on my pardoned clove of garlic. If you're pardoning something that's gonna live in your yard in the future, make a community tab post out of it, or just tell me about it in the comments or something. Here we go. Little Dyson time. Here you go, buddy. Let the internet see your pretty face. No, mommy yelled at me. Well, you did what you needed to do, so let's go in. Now, I mentioned before, it is the day before Thanksgiving. If you don't have the turkey out of the freezer yet or haven't bought anything, it is time to be getting serious about your plans. You can usually find some that are fresh, not frozen, at the store, but they'll still be very deeply chilled, almost frozen. We can make a conversation happen. Ideas can be had. Cornish hens are always an option. They're smaller and they defrost faster. You can put a pile of them in the kitchen sink and run cold water on them. You can run warm water on them. They'll thaw faster. Some stuff you don't want to thaw with warm water because you'll have the wingtips and legs thawed and it'll still be solid ice in the middle. And you don't want that meat going bad while it waits. But if you do some warm water for like 2 runs and just let it till the water in the sink is feeling like it would not take much to freeze it, then you drain off all that water and put some more, and you start kind of guessing when you should switch to just putting tepid water. Just tepid, because that'll still sink a lot of the heat, the non-existent heat in the frozen birds will sort of suck in the heat that is real in the water. I'm trying not to say relative things, cold is relative. Cold is not a thing, heat is. I tried explaining that to somebody when I was about 12, and cold is just lack of heat, just like darkness is just lack of light. So where you lack heat, whether it's a frozen bird or your freezer and your refrigerator, you put something that's warm and the heat moves from the thing that is warm to the space that is not. Which is why you don't put scalding hot stuff in the refrigerator, because that heat will go into everything else and warm it up, and you don't want that stuff to get warm. And then, because then you have to play guessing games about, why do I have to throw this out already? It's just a thing. If you learn to think of cold and heat as just two sides of the same coin. One side of the coin is warm, one side's cold. The warm side is going to lose heat into the cold side. And this all got started because I was thinking about turkeys, and so many are still frozen. But yeah, somebody's getting like naughty, so I need to take him in. And he's sitting by me now because he got yelled at, but I don't want to have to go through this cloud of wasps to get him out of what he wants to get into. So I will move this hardened clove of garlic. Give it a name. I don't mind it. I mean, it's funny to name a plant, but I will name this. Name it in the comments. Yeah, when I first saw it, it barely had this little tip sticking out, and it just barely had tiny roots. Now it's been since yesterday in this little grow pellet thing, and the plastic container, I already had it, was sitting in the drain rack. It was just something I could grab and use real quick. No, this wasn't even in the drain rack. It was near some other stuff I had for small plants. But we're actually a couple of months past the point that garlic should be planted into the ground. So we'll see if this guy makes it. Now, I hope everyone has a safe and reasonable holiday weekend. If the traffic is nasty, you can take an alternate route. If you're tired, stop and get out and walk around a bit. Yes, your mom wants you home for Thanksgiving dinner, but she wants you there in one piece. Not in memory, okay? So y'all, try to eat healthy. That's why I gotta go make the mayo, is because I'm not eating mayo made with cheap oils. Because those cheap industrial lubricants do not belong in my stomach. And if you find yourself going for less of a walk because you've got 15,000 other tasks to do before you'll be ready for tomorrow, that's okay. Those other tasks are exercise also. Be easy on yourself. Be easy on others. Oh, the chickens are still hanging around. I wish they were eating the wasps. Yeah, keep your exercise reasonable for the shape you're in, whatever shape that is. I mean, you could be Jonathan. You could be going to the gym and being carnivore muscle and doing body composition consultancies or whatever. I don't know how you say that. in which case you're going to be doing a lot more vigorous exercise than me. You could be Dr. Chafee or Dr. Baker or in that league. I'm not in any shape to work out like that. I still have balance trouble. Was in the store with Loki yesterday and I was looking at something. And I go to walk a few more steps away and I'm by myself in the aisle. And next thing I know, I've got this, not even a vertigo feeling and not even really a dizzy feeling. But I felt like I was going to fall over backwards. So I got myself straightened up from that. And so I gave myself a minute, continued doing what I was doing, go around the end of the aisle to another spot, and there's some stuff over there to look at. And then I could feel unevenness in the floor where there had been a large coffee display. I used to get my Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee there. And then when I couldn't spend, it all depends what your budget looks like that day. Kona was also available there. But they must have done something to uneven the floor in that spot because it was not a nice even. I mean, mostly their tile floor is absolutely impeccable and I walked through there with no trouble. But I got over this corner that used to be the coffee and there's some nice things over there. I'm having a look. I look down by my feet and I can feel the unevenness and it's like some of this stuff is not like the others. You're being a good boy, aren't you? You're trying to be a good boy anyway. Some of these tiles were not like the others and I knew there was unevenness. So I looked at what I was looking at and I got out of that area real quick. And then we went for some lunch. I gotta put that garlic where it'll be safe for the rest of the day. And then as it starts to grow a little more, stick some roots out, I'll be adding some dirt to that little plastic cup. And at some point it'll go into a pot. I like trying to grow things. But the smaller the pot it's in, the easier it'll be for me to move it. And right now it's time to move me and take this guy in. I'll still give him a treat because he did what he's supposed to do. And then he did not harass the chickens. And I didn't have to chase him. Although hollering at him was a bit of a necessity, huh, puppy? You can't help it. You're still just a little dog. Yeah. Show your pretty face to people. Blonde and kind of hairy. Alright, y'all. Be safe. Be good. Be who you need to be. Grandma loves you and wants you to be okay.